Hey guys, it's Glenn from glenscarcollection.com, and today we're going to go over the cost of options on a new BMW M4. Now this just happens to be an M4 convertible that I had last month as a press car. So I'm going to use the options on that car because I have the window sticker, and I can tell you, this was a pretty fully loaded car, whether I like the options or not, including ceramic brakes. And this will apply to any new or even used M3 or M4 purchase. Now, the M4 convertible only comes in competition form, which gives you the extra horsepower, which we'll get into in a second, and all-wheel drive and automatic only. So the regular M4 Coupe or the M3 sedan, you can get a manual rear drive or a competition that gives you automatically X-Drive, which is BMW's all-wheel drive, more horsepower because you have the all-wheel drive to put that extra power down, and an automatic torque converter automatic transmission only. I would love to see on the convertible, I would love to see a rear drive manual version of this, even though it had a little horsepower, because to me a convertible is a 3 seasons car. Do you want all-wheel drive in your convertible? Do you want an automatic in your convertible? Great to see that at some point. Don't know if that'll happen, especially here in the Northeast. It's probably a 1 season car just this summer, so it'd be cool to have a manual with rear drive. But anyway, we're going to go over the options, and I'm going to tell you at this end of the video which are worth it or not. Basically, we did a couple videos of this car. We did a video when I first got it. I had this press car for a couple of days. I did a complete review of what I liked and didn't like about the car, and I also took it for a night drive that evening, made a video of that. This, we're going to go over the options and what they cost and which options are worth it at the end of the video. And then we'll have a fourth video coming up in the next couple of weeks, which will be my conclusion of having this car for a couple days when I had more seat time. And you'll see there's some really good things and some really things that we should discuss. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss that video. Now we're going to get to this color in a second. That's the elephant in the room. This color, which I'll tell you in a second, probably got more attention than any color I've had in any car I've driven or owned. And I've had over 100 sports cars, a lot of them in crazy bright colors. And this car, love it or hate it, got a lot more attention. And I love it. I'm telling you, looking at it on the camera here, it doesn't do it justice as this car in person. I even posted this color on Instagram and asked people to guess the color, and only one person got it right. So this is the first time ever seeing the color in person. And I think if I was able, I would actually spec the color on this car. I think it looks really good. So let's get into the options. This is a 2023 car, so I'm sure the price has bumped up for 2024. The press cars basically stay till the 2024s are out. So there'll be some new cars for 2024, so expect a little bit of price increases. But the 2023 BMW M4 competition with X-Drive convertible has an MSRP of $89,700. And this color, you've waited long enough, is actually called Urban Green, and this is a phenomenal color. And again, love it or hate it, I got into more conversations, more waves, more thumbs up, more meeting strangers than I did with any other color. So if you want attention, this is your color. Now, Urban Green costs $3,750. And what I like, instead of going with like Isle Man Green, you always have that Kalami orange interior. What they did right, I think, with this car is go with the brown. I think goes better with the darker green. And that's, we're going to see in a second, Tartufo full merino leather, and that's a $2,550 option. So we're essentially ready into over 6,000 in options. And here's a good look at the engine. And this is still turbocharged inline 6, but in competition form, 503 horsepower, 479 foot-pounds of torque. Now, the 0-60 time with the X-Drive, and that's why they do it with the higher horsepower competition, is insane. I mean, there's 0-60 times in the low 3s. I think Car and Driver or something got like 2.8, 2.9. Convertible is probably a tick or two slower than that, but still an incredibly fast car. My McLaren was 3.1 seconds to 60. My 993 Turbo was about 3.9 seconds to 60. So now we have an M4 convertible as fast as a 993 Turbo, faster and as fast as a McLaren 570S, which is incredible when you factor in the price. All right, so now these are driving assistance packages that I had in my M340. I had a 2020 M340i X-Drive, if you follow the channel, had that on a 3-year lease, and it was a fully loaded car with all these packages. Some of them I think are worth it, some of them I don't. So Driving Assistance Pro Package, $1,700. That gives you basically the stop and go like cruise control, extended traffic jam assistant, and the active driving assistant pro. It worked. It's probably improved now. In my 2020 car, it worked okay. I didn't think it was that great, but it's probably much better for 2023, so check it out. I know most people love it. I'm probably the only one that was like okay about it. Also, you can get the parking assistance package, which this car has. That gives you the parking assistance plus that helps you back out of a parking space, helps you park itself, those kind of stuff. Probably worth it for $700. I believe you need those packages together. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Now, I would definitely get the executive package. I don't know if it's worth $1,300, but two options that I used all the time on my M340 were the remote engine start and the heated steering wheel. Here in the Northeast, you could probably use that about 5 months a year. So to me, it was worth it. Again, this only comes with an automatic transmission, the convertible, or any of the competition cars. M3 or M4, you automatically get the X-Drive, which is the all-wheel drive, and the automatic. Because this is a competition, you get the competition wheels, 19 in front, 20 in back. Now, here's a controversial option that this car has that you just saw. It has the M carbon ceramic brakes. Now, these are not the M sport brakes or anything like. These are really carbon ceramic brakes. Now, they are $8,500. Now, I don't think I would get those, honestly, on a convertible. If you had an M4, you're going to do a couple track days a year or spirited drives, it might be worth it. You probably get half of that $8,500 back in resale value. But I've had it on two cars, and one car I loved it, one car I didn't like it. I had it on my McLaren 570S. I hated it because the brakes didn't work well at all. It took forever to stop unless if it was under 50 degrees, unless you got heat in them. So here it's already 38 degrees in the morning if you want to go for a Sunday morning drive. So not ideal for carbon ceramic brakes. Plus you have to be careful. You get stone chips, you chip a road or something like that. But so far so good in my Panamera Turbo that I actually use as a daily driver. And so far, it's just starting to get cold now. I think we're getting our first freeze as I'm filming this video. So we'll see how it does in below freezing weather. But so far, so good with the Porsche ceramic brakes. So this BMW M ceramic brakes, they were very noisy. Even in hot weather, I had this car last month when it was 80 degrees. We had a little bit of a heat wave. I would probably skip those brakes, especially on a convertible. Some cheaper options here. M Shadowline lights, I think that's worth at $300. Carbon fiber trim, I believe that's referring to the interior trim, $950. I think that's worth it. I believe that gives you the paddle shifters in carbon fiber, which I love. Neck warmer on a convertible, phenomenal technology, $650, well worth it. Now, I didn't notice, I drove a BMW, a last gen M4 convertible with the neck warmer, and it really made a difference on a cold like spring night or a cold fall night. Now maybe because it was 80 degrees when I used this and I was pumping the air conditioning, but I didn't notice that much heat out of the neck warmer, so maybe there's a setting I didn't use, but it didn't seem as powerful to me as the old one, but maybe it was just the circumstances that I was using it. Now the adaptive laser lights I think are worth it for $1,000. Especially at night. Most of the towns around me do not have street lights. Wireless charging is definitely worth it too. Is it worth $500? No, but it's good to have and you can probably use it. Now the M Drivers Package, what does that give you? That gets rid of the top speed because typically German cars are limited to 155 miles an hour, and it gives you like a one-day BMW M driving school. Now that's only going to matter for the original owner of this car. If you buy it slightly used in the future, neither of these probably will matter than you because where can you go faster than 155 miles an hour? That's not on a racetrack. So I don't know if I would get that. I've definitely seen it help in resale value when people are looking for these cars. They want to have that delimited top speed. Not that they'll probably ever use it. But, if you look at it that way, you'll probably get your $2,500 back. So it's up to you whether it's worth it. Now, M Carbon exterior package makes a huge difference. Front and rear diffusers, I believe, also the side skirts. The mirrors, carbon fiber, looks gorgeous at $4,700. It's up to you if that's worth it. It's easy, obviously, to back into something and chip it. I don't know. I would probably go for that unless I was on a budget. Now, destination. So that $89,700 base MSRP with no options does not include destination, which is now up to $995. So the total suggested retail price, and remember this includes destination and the $8,500 ceramic brakes, $119,795. Now, how would I spec it? You tell me in the comments below. I would skip the ceramics, so that gets me down to 111. I would skip the driver's package, that gets me down to 109. I would skip the driver's assistance and parking assistance package, that gets me another 24. So what am I down to? 106. 106 is still pricey, but this car was a blast. And I think I would have tried to buy this car. I don't think they will sell you a press car if it didn't include the ceramic brakes, because they were a little noisy for me and I think totally unnecessary on a summer car. But I love this car. We're going to have a video coming soon in the next couple of weeks, so subscribe and hit that notification bell, and that'll be the conclusion of owning this car. I love this car so much. I made 4 videos out of it. You've seen the 3rd one. There's 2 more on the channel that you may have not seen, so go back and watch it. And the 4th is coming soon. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.